The African Youth Forum was organised by Africa Media Australia, a non-for-profit media company and advocacy group. Focusing on youth matters, ownership, leadership and breaking the barriers, the meeting proved no topic was off limits.
Is there a degree of laziness within the African community?
The organisation's director and co-founder, Clyde Solomon-Sharadi, hosted the discussion and encouraged audience debate.
I don't think there's laziness. I think there's a lack of motivation among the young people.
Earlier this year, Victoria Police settled a case filed by 6 African men, claiming they were discriminated against. Victoria Police agreed to investigate racial profiling. Leading the claim was Daniel Haile Michael, who was present at the forum. In response to the case, one participant said,
"It's not just African communities and young African men who might be stopped and targeted a bit less because of this case. It's the whole Australian community that benefits."
By sharing personal stories, the audience identified institutional racism as one of the biggest factors preventing African migrants from adapting to Australian life. Institutional racism is also being felt in schools, but is different to bullying, according to high school student Jonathan Ramnak. He believes some Australians simply deny the issue.
That's a known issue in society, bullying. But if a student says, "This kid was racist to me," teacher would be like, "No, there's no racism." Because a lot of Australians believe there's no racism in Australia. We're the greatest country on earth, there's no racism.
Like others, he feels the media is not adequately sharing or promoting African culture.
We need the broader society to understand us more. I think the mainstream media show some positive stories about us, not just as criminals or refugees who need to be helped.
The meeting also suggested that creative arts and sport provides young Africans with something to do and the chance to succeed. Ramnak agrees. The teenager has big dreams and plans to achieve them if he can overcome the racial barriers.
I want to go to university, I want to graduate, but I want to be an actor, a big actor, so yeah.
The group called for networking events to help young African Australians find jobs and support, but a strong commitment is needed to make things work, long after the forum has ended.
Africans need to come together and really unite, and it's not unite against something, it's get to know each other.
We Africans, we come from so many countries, and even within those countries we have a lot of diversity. In most cases, we assume that because we come from Africa, you know everybody. We don't. So we need to start knowing each other. We need to begin networking among ourselves, pass information among ourselves and say, there's a job in my workplace. What do you think about that?
We have the talents. We just also need to know where to go.
Annie Louie for Monash Radio News.